Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is JLA, Tower of Babel, part of the Legend of Batman subscription service from Fanhome. Now, Fanhome is doing a subscription service where you go and you get a whole bunch of graphic novels all revolving around Batman. It's from the beginning, think like 0 year, to the end, which, I don't know, Batman 1 million. I have no idea what will be the end of it. So Tower of Babel is the 12th volume in the series. In the chronological order, it is 47, and it consists of JLA 43 to 46 and JLA Secret Files and Origins number 3. It's written by Mark Waid, Dan Curtis Johnson, and pencils by Howard Porter, Pablo, Raimondi, Steve Scott, ink by Drew Geraci, Mark Propst, Claude, St. Aubin, Mark Meikis, colors by Pat Garrahy, Tom McCraw, lettering by Ken Lopez, John Costanza, and a cover by Howard Porter. All right, I know this is like a classic story, and the concept's really cool. The idea is Ra's al Ghul gets a hold of Batman's secret files, basically the files he has that are contingency plans to take out the JLA. You know, in case they went rogue again, or any of them became a villain. Batman basically has come up with these plans to basically defeat them all. Ra's gets a hold of it and puts it in place to take out the JLA because he wants to winnow the population of Earth and basically have humanity kill each other with the thoughts that he would then kind of rule over and save Earth. So Ra's here is an eco-terrorist, which he's kind of bounced around as for quite some time. Sometimes that's really the focus, and there's other times not so much. But here, that's the concept of his plan. So it's an interesting story. The art, I think, is dated. It's not bad. The writing is clunky at times, and there's just parts of it where you want to cringe a little bit. But generally, the concept of the story is really, really cool. The writing, an example of where I have an issue is it just feels extraneous at times, which, there are times in comic history where the dialogue is much more verbose, and here it has it's a cringe thing is to describe Ra's al Ghul as an Asian terrorist, Asian, as him being from Asia has anything to do with anything. It's just in there, and it just feels like, one, an extra word, two, a word that's not needed, and three, it actually kind of highlights the fact that there's no Asian people on the JLA at this point in time, it seems. Yeah, maybe not the best thing to highlight, but overall, it's good. I think the concept holds up much better than the execution, and it's definitely a story that had reverberations for many, many years. I mean, even now, I feel like there's every so often references to this and being oh yeah, we should trust you, that time you had files on us. I feel like that's something that's been said multiple times. As I said, I think the art is it's not, here's the great example, is Ra's doesn't look bad, it's just not quite the, weathered, old, wise, evil guy that we've seen. He looks really young here. I mean, he looks kind of like the age of his daughter, which is a little weird. And you get Batman's reaction of the grave, discovering the graves of his parents are empty. I think all around, the details are good. How each member is taken out is actually really creative and really, really neat and interesting. It's just, I don't know, the story itself is just okay. Mostly just, a lot of it's the dialogue just goes on and on and on and on and on. And, I mean, it's just hokey at times. And so, it's not bad, but also not quite, I think, up to snuff today. Today, I think this would be much more refined as far as the writing. There wouldn't be as much dialogue, and there would be a lot of, I think, extraneous words wouldn't be there. And the art, too, I think, really doesn't help. It's inconsistent at times. This is just, it's not good. It feels just, it's not menacing. It's just, Ra's looks weird in it and looks probably way too young, and the goatee thing isn't consistent, and hell, I think his gray hair isn't consistent. Was even in the stripe in the beginning? Hold on, gotta go look at that. Yeah, like, you can't even, like, the gray stripe's not even present here. It's just, it's odd. As I said, like, it's not a bad story. It's a classic for a reason. You know, there is some really cool aspects to it, but I don't know. I just don't think it's quite as good as a lot of the other stuff out there. You know, there's some extras as far as art in the back, and then there's a little bit of an intro in the beginning. But beyond that, like, it is a piece of Batman history, and kind of a key piece of Batman history of modern, because a lot of distrust comes out of it. But overall, the presentation doesn't add a whole lot to it. I'm sure there are many other ways to get this that are far cheaper than Fanhome Collection, but it's a piece of puzzle, and it's kind of an important piece of the puzzle, so interesting. You can go and subscribe to Fanhome Collection, or the Legend of Batman Collection from Fanhome below in the descriptions. Fanhome, of course, provided this to us for free for review, so thanks for that. And as always, if you want the latest comic news, you can check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all that stuff, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.